It's uncomfortable. The first time that I was telling my clients that I was moving to the monthly model, I felt super bad, actually felt guilty. And I find the growth comes when we accept the discomfort.
I'm Adam House, founder and CEO. I also call myself the luck guru because I don't believe in luck. The more we show up, the more we increase our luck surface area, the more opportunities we have. What happens when your clients start getting more value from you and your time than you're getting in return? Today's guest is someone who figured this out the hard way, and I'm ready to learn here because I'm still figuring it out. I want to welcome a guest today from our community, Stefan Surdick.
Hey, thanks for having me, Adam.
You don't need to hit a home run every time you get to the plate, right? It's testing different things. You're failing, you're learning, you're growing. Talk to us a little bit about your first major shift. What was that test you had to make in your business?
I was charging on an hourly basis, and my clients were often paying me in advance with the bank of hours. When COVID hit, what happened is all of a sudden my clients disappeared. I couldn't go at the office to see them. I was struggling to burn through the budgets and plans with clients because they just weren't around anymore. Budgets that were supposed to last 6 months lasted an entire year. So I was losing out a lot on doing business like that.
No change goes how you want it to. Were there challenges that you faced in this shift?
I decided after the first year, I said, I'm going to change how I'm pricing things now. Now what we're going to do is you're going to pay me a retainer fee, and you're always going to pay me the same amount. If I do less hours, not my problem. If I do more hours, not your problem. I've been doing business this way ever since because for them, it's very predictable.
Tell us a little bit more about your coaching, why someone would work with you, and are they outcome-based?
Those leadership teams that have meetings together, go around in circles, they can't really have the real conversations together. There's no trust. There's a lot of unspoken things, a lot of unproductive meetings, no decisions being made. I'm the whisperer for those teams. One simple thing that I teach teams is this model where I ask them at the end of the meeting, review the decisions that you've made. What's the decision? What does it imply? When does the decision take effect? Who's taking action?
A lot of times leadership is not saying anything at all. Leadership doesn't mean words. It relates to listening. Let's get into the learn phase. What went well, what didn't, and what did you learn from all of this?
So one of the biggest things that I learned is owning my worth. As a consultant, when I started, I used to undervalue myself. We had a contract coming up, and when I made the proposal, my assistant said, maybe we should be charging a bit less. I said, no, if they really want me, that's what they're going to pay. And that's what they ended up paying. You have to trust yourself for that. I think that's the biggest thing that I learned is to not compromise and to respect myself in that.
What you're saying oftentimes, though, is easier said than done. If someone would pay 1,000 instead of 2,000, they'll do it today instead of next week.
When you do too much of that, you end up with the wrong clients. You end up with clients that feel they can treat you any way they want, and you don't find yourself doing work that you enjoy. There's a time and a place where you need to make a choice on the clients that you take and why you take those clients. It's okay to make exceptions, but if you're always doing the exception as a consultant, you're never really building what you want. You're just making money for the sake of bringing money in, but it's not necessarily good money. I can work less with clients now and make more than I was making 7 years ago, just because how I offer my services is very different. So if I'm offering a 2-day training course, I can make $10,000, $15,000 out of a 2-day training course. So it's about how you balance the mix of the revenues coming into your business.
And I know there's people out there listening that are wrestling with this because they know they need revenue. They know they need sales. They know they're worth more than they're charging. Can you give some practicals of what you went through? Because I don't think it's just a light switch.
It's uncomfortable. The first time that I was telling my clients that I was moving to the monthly model, I felt super bad talking to my clients about it. I actually felt guilty.
One of my favorite books is Never Split the Difference, because you have to know your worth. You have to know your value. It's getting comfortable being uncomfortable.
And I find the growth comes when we accept the discomfort. When we say, oh, I'm uncomfortable right now. This sucks, but it's gonna be okay.